Hey there. I have begun my website design for faith formation for God, for Jesus, and for Catholicism. Around Easter time, why I'm doing this, I was praying to God and I was saying, Lord, please continue to guide me in how I can better serve you, and to evangelize other people and to emit the light of Christ, the love that I was so convicted of for myself and for others. And I do that by participating in young adult groups and going to the music ministry and all my non-believing friends. There's this seed that might spark in them from how I've changed my ways. Um, but as I was praying that, around Easter time, I woke up one morning with this immense urge to just make this website for God, to compile all the resources that I'd come across in my own RCIA, now OCIA days, and to enable other people to, like I said, find the light of Christ, to be convicted of it from like a true, genuine faith, a result of convincing and converging arguments that it is the truth. Um, and as I woke up that morning and I had that urge, I just had these thoughts and designs for that just like flooding into my brain. And I said, "All right, God, I'll make you the website." Sir, yes, sir. And so the intention is I'm going to make this website, and you can see my screen now. The URL and everything is all TBD, but this is like the basic overview that I spent the past like hour on. Catholic faith formation checklist. That's kind of my goal for this website. Keep that in mind. Is that on the far left, as I go through, or as a user goes through the website, they're gonna. It's sort of illustrated by the title. God, are we open to God existing? If I am, all right, then what about this Jesus guy? Because different religions of the world all say different things about Jesus. He's got to be important. It's a good place to start. And then eventually there are going to be Catholic apologetics in here at the end. But on the left hand side, this is the structure for the there's gonna be like the side panel on every single page. You can see the side panel. And so for God on the left, there's gonna be these internal pages of arguments for God, right? A whole bunch of pages. I'm just gonna spitball since I haven't uh, made the list yet. But the uncaused cause argument was like the biggest one for me, of that, there's a universe and something, and there's space and time, and modern science compels us to believe in the Big Bang theory that there was a beginning. And I think Einstein was the one that originally had said it was like eternal or something, and then there was this Catholic priest who, after him, proposed this singular part. And I got to check up on that because this is me just trying to remember a vague piece of memory or knowledge. But the point of that story was just to say that the uncaused cause argument, and it's well laid out by Aquinas, was the one that made me open to God. And the point of this website is to present the different arguments at every stage of faith formation that can work for people, like all around. Like the intelligent design argument, fine tuning argument for God, was insufficient for me. It just wasn't compelling enough for me to believe in the divine after being agnostic my whole life. I'm like, there could have been other reasons. Um, but the uncaused cause one made sense. I was like, there had to have been something that initiated the creation of the universe that had to exist outside of space and time. Um, and I'm getting a lot into the weeds here, but that's the structure. It's like, okay, well, once the user is then convinced of, that kind of sounds um, convincing, or I'm open to it, they'll do like a little checkbox here and say, yeah, I'm done with that one. Then they'll go on to the next one. They'll say, yeah, that one sounds good. And eventually, when they're open to God, or maybe even believing in God, they'll do a big checklist here and then go down to Jesus. Um, and then in the Jesus section, I have this little compelling intro. Feel free to read it if you want. Um, yeah, and then it'll go into, Bible. Is it reliable? What did Jesus do? Why did these people believe in it? What I did here is this Sir Lionel Luckhoo. I think it's a phenomenal, compelling intro. I got it from who's the guy that wrote The Case for Christ? Lee Strobel. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've seen his movie. I have his book, and I remember seeing a YouTube clip of him talking about evidence for the resurrection, and one of his heroes was Sir Lionel Luckhoo. And I think it's a compelling argument. I'm not going to read it for you here, but to just make someone think there might be something to this Jesus guy. Yeah, so that's the design of the website. I'm going to go ahead and watch this video over and see how long it was, because really it's just supposed to be a short introduction about how to use it, where I want this to go. And yeah, whoever's watching this, if I do send this one out, I will probably ask you to try this website out, to let me know your thoughts, to say like this is what I'm missing, for me to add it, and I'm gonna make it good. So that's the plan. All right, great, thanks.